I was out on my walk today and I was thinking, what am I going to talk about on my podcast today? What's something that I'm passionate about that's really important? And usually, what I ask myself is, what do midlife women need to hear right now? And that's what I decide to make my podcast about in the moment. And what I found was the most important thing in midlife is health. This is just what I was thinking today because I was on my walk. But there's something called that I like to call the wheel of life. And you want to visualize a wheel with spokes. You can see the wheel, it's on a bicycle maybe, and it goes around because it's a perfect wheel. And the wheel is made up of all the different compartments. And in life, the wheel of life is made up of the compartments of money, career, happiness, spirituality, relationships, and health. Those are like the main big ones, the big players. And wherever you put your attention on, it grows and it will do well. But then when you do that, it means you're taking your attention off of something else, and then that will shrink. So say, for example, you're doing really well in your career. You're getting the raises and you're working the hours, but it means you're not there for your partner as much. You can't go out on date night and you come home late and you're tired. And so you can see like one is doing really well, your career. Oh, and then your money will be doing well. So there's a couple that are doing well, but then your relationship kind of takes a nosedive. The key is that you really want to try to be giving all of those areas a little bit of your love and attention all the time so they all stay even. So if the scale is 0 to 10, it might be really hard right now for them to all be 10s, but maybe they could all be 7s as opposed to a 10 over here and a 2 over there. Maybe we can make them all 7s. And then your wheel is round and it's way easier to ride the bicycle and it's more enjoyable when the wheel is round and it's a nice smooth ride. And there's a whole other wheel for each of those categories. There's a wheel within a wheel. Life is complex like that. And I was thinking about, when I was out on my walk, I was thinking about the health wheel. Of course, that's what I'm going to be thinking about when I'm walking. Well, I think about all the things when I walk. And I used to run. And when I was a runner, I would solve all of my problems. I would come up with my best ideas. And then you hit midlife. And somewhere in midlife, somewhere in there, it's different for everybody, maybe running isn't a thing for you anymore. My running days ended a long time ago because of my knee. But maybe you're just at the stage where your knees are telling you, maybe you want to rethink this. Maybe you want to take up pickleball or bike riding, something that's easier on your joints, because finally your body is like, this is a little bit too much for us now. You know, like if you're listening to your body's cues, your body is always sending you cues. So if you're listening to your body's cues, you may be thinking, okay, I need to take up a different activity that is kinder on my body or that my body likes better. And that's where this whole health wheel came up. Is it in midlife, your wheel changes. For health, there's different sections too. For your general health, you have the other sprockets and sections. There's your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, and your physical health. And how do you keep that wheel round? And it's just like a wheel inside a wheel. It's never ending, but it's just a great way to check in and see where you're putting your attention and what number everything is at, so you can see how you're doing. You can foresee issues if you're always checking in on your wheel and be like, oh, that's at a 2, then you know something's about to go down. And if it's the relationship, it's like, okay, there's going to be problems headed my way because it's at a 2. I can see it coming. It's not going to be a surprise. And if I want to avoid those problems, then guess what I do? I put more attention there. And I try to pump it up a little bit. So how do you keep the wheel round? If you can keep the wheel round, you're laughing. Remember, it doesn't have to be a 10 round wheel. It can be a 6 round wheel or even a 5 round wheel. That's okay too because it's round. Before, before women used to come to me for weight loss. That was the thing because of what I did. I was a personal trainer. I had my own gym, mom and baby fitness, all that kind of fun stuff. And it was like, I got to lose the weight. And after the baby, that made sense. But then I would get women who had their babies who are older now, and they're like, I still got to lose the baby weight. They would say that, and we would laugh, ha ha ha, because my baby's 10. But it's always a thing for women. Women and weight, it's always a thing. And especially in today's society, because our food isn't food anymore. Our food has been created, manufactured in a lab just to make it more addictive, to make it sweeter and tastier so that we just want to eat more. And all the food industry is worried about is selling more of their product, and that's it. They're not worried about your health. And when we eat food, we should be eating for health. We want to be getting the nutrients into our body. That's the only reason that food is necessary, is to keep us alive. But today, in the era of convenience and abundance, it's just so easy to lose sight of the whole purpose of food in the first place. And the fact that the food that we do eat that's clean has way less nutrients because of our soil. When we're thinking about this, we got to be really mindful of why we're eating and what we're eating. And now, women who come to me for overall health, but weight is certainly one of the reasons, because there's the hormonal, the mental belly, when you hit menopause and the hormones shift, and then your body is designed to store that fat in your stomach, abdomen area, but it's a different kind of fat. Before, it's like butt and thighs for childbirth. And now we're storing it in the stomach, and we want to get rid of that fat. We don't want it. But this is a hormonal shift. The best thing you could ever possibly do, if you listen to my podcast, is try to balance out your hormones, get your body into homeostasis so your body can naturally balance out its hormones as quickly, as speedily, and gracefully as possible. So your body's going to balance itself out. That's what it's designed to do. And the healthier you eat, the healthier you are, the easier it is for your body to sort itself out. So now I find midlife women are coming to me more for overall health and wellness. And so I wanted to address the health aspect of it. Because as I see my parents aging, oh my gosh, I realize how important physical health is to quality of life and longevity. My parents have always been active. They've always been super healthy. My dad does all of the yard work. He does the lawn mowing, and he goes golfing, and he used to play pickleball, and he goes walking and bike riding. And my mom gardens, and she goes swimming every other day. And they're 85 and 82. They got it going on. But recently, even though they're healthy and active, their physical bodies have taken a big change, a really big change. Now, it's physically harder for them to do the things that they used to just do to live and stay in shape. And now they have to adapt that, or they get to adapt that. And if you have the mindset of, I'm going to adapt, then you can make it easier. But if you have the mindset of like, oh, I got to be like I was 5 years ago, no bueno. It's going to be so hard. So hard. Like, for example, me and my knee, if my mindset was like, oh, I have to be able to do what I did before, my knee became full of arthritis, then I'm just going to be like losing every time I try. But if I'm like, what can I do? What's easier? What's better for my knee? Then I'm going to be winning. I'm going to be winning because I'm looking for a solution. I'm not living in the past of who I used to be or what my body used to be able to do. And when I see my parents, I'm like, yeah, this is a reminder of how important physical health is. They have a huge garden, and they love their garden, and it keeps them so healthy. My mom and dad are so strong because they get out there and they work in the garden and do those things. And that's why they're living such a great life at this age. That's why it's so important. You don't just want to have a long life, you want to have a good life. That's the blue zones where people live, the most amount of people live as centurions into their hundreds, but the healthiest. Because you don't want to be a 90-year-old person stuck in a nursing home where somebody has to take you out of your bed every day. Like, come on, we do not want that for ourselves. I heard a stat the other day. It really caught my attention. The people that live the longest and are the healthiest are the ones that have good leg strength. What? Like, this all makes sense, but I never really thought about it. Why is that? Because when they have strong legs, they're able to go out and do things and meet with other people. They have the social life. They can go out. They have independence. And we are social creatures. We want to fit in with the group because back in the day, if we didn't fit in, we would die. So it's very important to us that we fit in and we need to be social. So think about that. Oh my gosh. Like, you're going to live longer if you have strong legs, because then you can take yourself out to go to meet and hang out with other people and do things. I love this for us. I was just, damn. And for me, like, I grew up playing soccer, so I have soccer legs. And for me, it's so easy to build my leg muscle, just genetics and soccer and all that kind of thing. So I love having strong legs, but I haven't been working out my legs because of my knee. Squats, those things, they just don't exist for me because I can't bend my knee like that. But I know ways around it. I know ways that I can strengthen my legs. So I've used it as an excuse. Like, I'm going to come clean, ladies. I'm going to be honest. I've used it as an excuse to not do leg day. I never did leg day because my legs were always strong. But as I get older, I see the muscle just slowly disappearing into the abyss. And I'm like, oh, what? Where did these big leg muscles go? So we have to stay on it. So I'm here to inspire you. I don't want to scare you. I want to inspire you. It's like, all you got to do is strengthen those legs, and it's so easy to do. I wanted to share with you my checklist of the top 5 things. Do I have 5? Yeah, I think I have 5 that I do daily for my physical health and longevity, and they're non-negotiable. So when it's non-negotiable, it means it's super easy to do even on my worst day. If I'm going to make it non-negotiable, it has to be doable, like 5-10 minutes. I could do something that takes 5 or 10 minutes every day. When I think out to my future self, my 80-year-old self, she's going to be thanking me for doing this every day. She's going to be like, girl, thanks for doing those jump squats every day. I appreciate you now as I'm, still playing tennis, playing pickleball, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, but this is what we want to do. Is for our future self. We want to show up today, every single day, for our future selves. So here are the top 5 things that I do daily for my physical health and longevity, and they are non-negotiable. I move my body for 30 minutes every day, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be intense. Like, it's just moving your body. That's all it is. Walking, number 1 on my list. And I time my walks for specific reasons around when I eat and building muscle and all that kind of stuff. I'm very intentional with when I do my walks. But move my body for 30 minutes. I have a stationary bike. It could be that. It could be playing tennis. It could be swimming. It could be playing pickleball, yoga. It doesn't matter. Just move your body for 30 minutes. And then strength training. Strength training is huge in midlife. We got to build these muscles because we will lose our muscles, and we want to make sure that we stay strong. So we have the ability to take ourselves where we want to go and meet the people we want to meet. And my strength training, and I hate strength training, but I have my weights. They're right there by my desk right here. And every day I just hammer out 10 reps. It's not pretty, and because I hate strength training, but I'm going to do it because my 80-year-old self is going to be like, thank you for taking 10 minutes to build some muscle. I appreciate that. And my strength training, it also always includes core. One of I think the strongest area of my body, besides My legs, I don't know if my legs are because I don't work them, but they're going to be. But my core. My core has always been the strongest because I'm always working my core. Even if I'm not doing core exercises, I'm always working my core with my Kegels, my belly button in and up. And every time I go to do something, I engage my core and then I do it. So that's a core workout. No matter what I'm doing, I'm aware of my core. My dad, he loves to show me his workout routine. So I was watching his workout routine and he's got a really good workout routine. And these are all just functional exercises that he does so that he can walk and play golf and all that kind of stuff. But you know what he didn't have in there? Core. He had 0 core exercises. And so I had to lecture him on, Dad, every movement you make includes your core. And so when he was doing all of these things, he was missing out on so much power and strength because he wasn't using his core. And even his golf swing, I'm like, dude, how do you even golf if you don't use your core? What are you thinking? So I showed him the basic core exercises that he would gladly add in because the ROI, the return on investment, is huge. Always invest in your core. Always, always, always. If you do nothing else, core exercises. 5 minutes of core exercises every single day, and you are going to be winning hard because, it's going to get you where you want to go. And then I've added this in recently because I've noticed that, hey, I'm in midlife and I need to be doing some jump training. And even with a bad knee where I shouldn't be jumping, I just add in jump training, which is I do 10 jumps. I try to do 10 jumps on the hour. That's it. Like just 10 jumps just to get that impact to help keep my bones strong because we don't want to get weak bones. We don't want to break our bones. We don't want osteoporosis. The number one thing that kind of takes us out as midlife women or as we get into the later stages of life are the weak bones. We break a bone and then it's game over. We can't recover from it. So the mission is to not fall. It's to not break a bone. It's to stay strong. It's to stay on our feet. It's to have good balance. And the way you do that is by jump training and having a strong core and doing leg training and intentionally doing functional balancing. And then you're good. You're not going to fall over, girl. And if you do, you know how to fall and you're going to be okay. Even when I was taking my training, my personal training certs, like 20 years ago, 100 years ago, I don't know, there was a section on, seniors and fall prevention. And I did not get it. I'm going to be honest. I didn't get it at the time. It's like, just don't fall over, right? But I didn't realize what happens to your body as you get older and that you got to put time and effort into it so that you don't fall over. And it is a thing. And if you do fall, how do you fall so that you do no damage? It's just a whole thing. And I'm just flashing, as I'm talking about this, I'm flashing to my future because I always create a business and coach people on what I'm going through and experiencing, like midlife and menopause, where there isn't enough for people, and when it was like pre and postnatal fitness, where there was nothing for people. And so I create that and I flash forward to me, my 70s and 80s. This is what I'm going to be teaching people. I know. I just saw it. I just saw a future glimpse of my future. I love it. And you're all going to be going with me because you're here because you came and worked out with me when you were pregnant and had your children. And now, guess what? You're in midlife. And then guess what? You're going to be old. So I'm going to be there with you through the whole journey. We are going to do this together and we're going to meet up when we're super old and we can't do anything else, and we're going to do those fun workouts that we did with our babies, the way you guys all met and became friends. We're going to do that again. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, that was just such a cool flash forward. Okay, so let's get back to my list. So jump training. And my latest is functional leg training. So that's like jump squats where you tap your butt to a seat and jump up, right? That's now, instead of just my jump training was literally just jumping up and down to get the impact of the bones to keep my bones strong. But now I'm going to add in jump squats where I tap my booty to a chair and then jump up and back down. This is to help you get up and down, but also to build the leg strength, to keep you stable. And I would include also biking, because that is great leg strength with no impact on the joints. Walking hills. I always walk hills because it's good for working the booty and the calf, like keeping your leg muscles super strong. Tennis, because it's good mobility left and right. So that's wonderful as well. So also lunges, I'm going to be adding lunges in there. And if you have bad knees like me, do a reverse lunge because then the weight transfers to the back and there's less pressure on the knee. And only go as low as you can. Stay out of any range of pain, but work those legs, sister. Work those legs. Leg day. We are now officially obsessed with leg day. And then, of course, nutrition. That would always be at the top of the list. But for your physical health, it's nutrition. You don't want to be fighting your body. You want your nutrition to enhance your muscle and your strength. It's just like they are BFFs. You can't have one without the other. And the more focused and knowledgeable you are about your nutrition, the easier the other one will be. So please, nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. And we work on all of this in my Mastering Midlife membership club. So if you need help, join the club. And then my fifth is water and sleep. And again, this could be at the top of the list because for your physical health, water and sleep is critical because our bodies are on the circadian rhythm. It's based on the light when the sun comes up and goes down. So it's nature. We're part of nature. And we want to stay on that natural cycle that nature is giving us. And if you aren't sleeping well, or if you're not getting enough water, good healthy water with all your minerals, oh, that's going to help with so many. That's an easy fix for a lot of things that are going on. So those are the first two things that you can do that are so easy but have a huge impact. So my invitation to you, my friend, is to come up with your own list, but make it easy, make it functional, make it social, make it doable, and most importantly, make it fun. Because if it's not fun, you're not going to want to do it. And then commit to it like your life depends on it, because it does. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first and have an amazing day. Hey, if you're enjoying these podcasts, then come and join my Mastering Midlife membership, where we do monthly challenges just like this, where you get inspiration, accountability, and a whole entire community of midlife women who have your back and are cheering you on every step of the way. All this and so much more for only $47 a month. I must be insane to just give it away like that. So join the community before I come to my senses. I'll drop the link in the show notes.